Why is it so hard to quit porn, even when you really want to? You've probably tried before. You set the intention. You maybe even go a few days or a couple weeks, but then boom, relapse out of nowhere again. Most guys think it's because they're weak or broken or lack discipline. But the truth is they're making critical mistakes and they don't even know it. In today's episode of The Rebuilt Man, I'm breaking down 17 of the most common mistakes that men make when trying to quit porn. Some of these are going to punch you in the gut, and they should, because if you don't fix these, brother, you're going to stay stuck in this cycle. This episode isn't about quitting porn. It's about stepping into true transformation, rewiring your brain, reclaiming your identity, and building a life that makes porn no longer necessary. Guys, welcome to The Rebuilt Man. My name is Coach Frank Rich, host and founder here, and it's been our mission for the last 6 years to help men just like you, caught up in the depths of this addiction, struggling, find the hope and freedom that they desire, and build a life on the other side that is 100% porn-free. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to turn those post notifications on. But let's get into it today, guys. The 17 biggest mistakes that are keeping men from real, lasting freedom. Mistake number 1 is trying to quit with willpower alone. You see, this isn't a willpower issue. This is a wiring issue. Willpower is going to be necessary at certain points through your journey. But if you don't address the root causes and if you don't rewire your patterns of behavior, you will constantly find yourself going periods of time and then cycling back to it, because it's not about just more willpower. It's about wiring a new identity into yourself. Mistake number 2, not replacing the habit. You see, if you remove porn, but you don't rebuild a life without porn, you're just white knuckling. We've seen it time and time again, and you've probably fallen into this same trap, is you just try to go with avoiding the slip. You just try to go with avoiding the behavior. That's white knuckling. That's a band-aid on a stab wound solution. You got to make sure that you replace it and rebuild a life where it no longer is necessary. Mistake number 3 is doing it alone. You can't out-isolate your shame. Brotherhood must become the cure for you. You must get around men that are in a community that are guiding you, walking with you, and cheering you along the way. We know addiction feeds itself in isolation, and the opposite of your addiction is going to be the community and connection that you build. So stop trying to do this by yourself. Mistake number 4 is waiting for the right time. I hear it from men all the time that reach out through consultations and inquiries. I need to think about it. I'll do it when life slows down. I do it when I find the relationship. The perfect moment isn't coming. Real transformation and real men start now. Make a decision and honor that decision and commitment to yourself. Mistake number 5 is treating the symptom and not addressing the root. You see, porn is the medication. What pain are you trying to numb with this medication? And until you identify what your root cause is, what it is you're running from, what it is you're escaping, you will constantly find yourself circling back. Mistake number 6 is using half measures without full commitments. Filters, blockers, softwares don't fix the man underneath this issue. This is about identity. And it takes a fully integrated, holistic approach, something like what we've built with Reboot Your Life. Stop using half measures, start white knuckling your way through this, and begin to get into a fully integrated system and approach. Mistake number 7 is thinking that one slip means you've lost all progress and means you must start over. One setback isn't failure unless you stay there. A slip, a relapse, a setback is an opportunity for growth. And true freedom and transformation is a growth curve, not done on a linear basis. So we got to be able to identify what caused these slips and failures, learn from it, pick ourselves back up, and continue down this path of transformation. Mistake number 8 is isolating yourself when you feel shame. When you fall, that's the exact moment you need to lean into community. You need to lean into your brotherhood. You need to lean into your mentors and coaches. We've had guys that have paid us thousands of dollars for coaching and get weeks into it and have one slip, one failure, and I never hear from them again. If you're involved in a community, if you're working with a coach, you can only find freedom when you run to them, not away from them. Once again, isolation is the lifeblood of your addiction. You cannot isolate yourself when you're feeling shame and guilt. Mistake number 9 is trying to fix everything all at once. There's no way you're going to become perfect overnight. You need momentum, not perfection. I see guys try to quit porn, get in shape, build a business, find a relationship, do all of these things. Identify the man at the core, build him up one step at a time. Mistake number 10 is not owning their new identity. You see, you're not an addict. You're becoming a man that is whole, complete, and walks in freedom. And the longer you hold on to this identity of the old self, the longer you're going to stay stuck. Envision your life without porn, create that identity, own that identity on a daily basis. Now, that's the first 10. I want to pause right there because this isn't about quitting porn. If you've been approaching this like you're trying to quit a bad habit, you've already lost. Quitting porn is the doorway. It cannot be the destination of what we're aiming at. The real work is in becoming the man who doesn't need porn anymore, a man with purpose, with power, with connection. You want freedom? Then you better be ready to transform your life. Mistake number 11, seeking numbness instead of healing. Quitting porn and then numbing it with food or YouTube. We talked about replacing it earlier on. You cannot replace it with another numbing vice. Because in those instances, you've just changed drugs. Guys quit porn and go down a social media rabbit hole. Guys quit porn and put on 30 pounds. Guys quit porn and get involved in dating apps just to numb the pain. And once again, they're not running to the core issue. They're not fixing the root. Mistake number 12 here is men lying to themselves about their progress. If you're still watching it, if you're still struggling, if you're still thinking lustfully, you're not free. Get radically honest with yourself. If you're off of porn, but you're using social media in exactly the same way, that is not progress. You got to be honest, radically honest with yourself. Mistake number 13 piggybacks off of that is lusting in their mind and thinking that it doesn't count. Your freedom starts in your mind, not in your browser. You may have stopped looking at the videos, but if you just fantasize and lust after every woman that you see, that's not real progress. That's not real transformation. That's not the pathway to real freedom. The two are interlocked, they're intertwined, and your freedom will be based upon your mindset. Mistake number 4 is refusing to let go of shame, holding on to the past. Shame keeps you in bondage. Grace, forgiveness, self-compassion, self-love is what will move you forward. So many men hold on to this shameful identity because of things that they've done in the past. They never let those things go and they stay stuck and trapped for decades. Mistake number 15 is a man is not focused on building his masculine identity and foundation. Freedom isn't the goal here. Becoming a man on fire for life is. The man that you were put on this earth to be, the man that God is calling you to be. That voice that lives inside, the one that you run from. You must hear it daily and take action on what it's telling you. Last couple here. Mistake number 16 is men getting comfortable after their initial bouts of success. 60 days of freedom means nothing if you then take your foot off the gas. We've seen men complete our 90-day program and then completely rip the foundation of everything they did. All the work that was done is wasted because they stopped living with intention and purpose. Quitting porn will never be an end destination. It is a continuous pursuit that we are on for the rest of our lives. Mistake number 17 here is failing to create a long-term vision. If you don't know where you're going in the man that you're becoming, you will go back to where you came from. You got to let go of that old self and create a new version of you, the one that can walk in freedom. 17 mistakes, brother. 17. How many have you made? How many are you actively making right at this moment? And I know that if you're still here with me, this episode hits you. You see yourself in these mistakes, and that's good because you know you want to change, but you don't got to go into this battle alone. If you're finally ready to break free, rebuild your mind, your habits, and your life, then I want to invite you into our free 7-day porn reset. This is a 7-day challenge with daily actions and assignments, daily videos, group coaching, and a brotherhood of men to support you in the way. This is your first step into real freedom. And you can walk it out inside of a brotherhood of men that are doing it with you. If you go to www.therebuiltman.com/7-day reset or click the link down there in the show notes below, you can access this with a simple email address. Brother, you don't need another promise. You need a plan. Let's rebuild your life and your freedom together one day at a time, starting right now. Join the 7-day reset by clicking the link down there in the show notes below. And brother, I look forward to seeing you on the inside.